All right, man. Torch Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. It took me a minute to find this video. I seen it. I wanted to do a reaction to it, but I finally found it. And so it's basically about women being married, being submissive. Is it right? Is it wrong? You have another woman on here that don't agree with it. So let's just get into the video. Without further ado, enough talking. So let's see what's going on.
Very big on TikTok. So before we play this video, Pearl, set this up, and then we'll lead to Allie.
Well, we were in an Uber. I think we were going to the conference maybe. And I just was thinking that a lot of girls, I think, are very confused about like dating advice and how to get to be in Allie's position. And like, because people will see she's got a big ring, you know, she gets to stay home.
That's blinging right
She's
there.
really into her husband. And I think a lot of women want to be in that position. And so I was thinking, oh, this would be a good video if I start it with the ring and I say, show them the ring so they see what they want. And so they're going to keep watching. And then, you know, she gives them the answers in the video.
Got it. So you ready to play this video? So let me just set the tone on this. So essentially, is there a title to the video? How to be a housewife? What's the title?
It was how to get a high value man and be a housewife.
How to get a high value man and how to be a housewife. So basically, just setting this up. Can we get ready to play that video? So just to set the tone on this, for the gentlemen out there, by the way, shout out to the value-tainers out there. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there. We talk about a man needs to compete in the marketplace. What we talk about, the CME, becoming the best version of yourself as a man. I got nothing wrong with that. Talking about focusing on money. You know, I'm all about that. Muscles, looking good. I mean, I wouldn't just say muscles. Being fit, being attractive to women. And game or frame. Like, kind of understanding your role and not backing down from that. So Allie's been causing a lot of femme rage out there on Twitter, Reddit, everything we discussed, claiming that she's radicalizing women on her conventional take on marriage, and she's quote-unquote scaring the feminists by convincing women that it's okay to rely on men, and now they are saying that she's setting back women 50 years. Allie, you're...
And see, this is what pisses me off about the radicalized feminist movement and all this. She's not setting anybody back doing anything. She literally is doing what she believes is best for her. I don't understand why these feminist women seem like they have to be in the man's role, or the man or the man in a relationship, or in charge of a relationship. So you're basically saying that women shouldn't get married. Like, what's going on here? What are we doing here?
Setting back women 50 years. So now that the Sozcast audience kind of understands what this drama is all about, by the way, we will be taking your questions throughout the episode. The super chat is live. The lovely Natalia will be monitoring that. Natalia, when you see something good, let me know. We're going to start by taking questions in about 10 minutes on the other side of these videos. And then at the end of the show, stick around because these lovely ladies will be answering your questions. With that being said, let's see this video that set the internet ablaze. Make sure the volume's up, please.
Gotcha.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like, you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your own shelves at home? You know what I mean? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. In a good way.
And where do you meet these men?
Well, I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really easy. So if you think about it, like, you want a lawyer, right? So then you should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize. Because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like her in her McMansion with her husband who's hot and the babies. Like that's who has the last laugh. So.
That right there. I see why people was upset at that, because she kept it 100. She put it straight out there. And I commend her for that, because we need more women like this. We need more women like this. And not to say we don't need women who are just single or strong women on that side. Y'all could do that. But we need more women like this. We do. I don't understand. This is great.
Boom. So that was the video that set things off. By the way, that was on Pearl's Instagram or TikTok. Just Pearly Things. Comments blew up. There was a couple more videos. Let's play that, and then we're gonna open it up for discussion. So that was the viral video, and then a lot of ladies said, or the comments were not exactly nice. The most of them, I assume, right?
Of course not.
And one said, "This is heartbreakingly sad." So Allie had a response to that. Go ahead.
How is it heartbreakingly sad that this woman is in love with her husband? I don't understand how that's heartbreakingly sad. Why do y'all feminists feel like y'all have to be in control of everything? If she would have did something totally different, y'all would have had a problem with that. Y'all have a problem with everything. Everything. It's crazy.
The women that are saying this is heartbreakingly sad.
I mean, I don't know. I get my back blown out regularly. I am fully paid for survival. I have my own autonomy. I also do my own work. So, like, I just don't see what's wrong with my situation, but they can ask themselves why they're single if they want.
Damn. Yo. Oh my God. Yo. This is absolutely heartbreakingly sad. Really? It's sad that this woman is happy with her situation. It's like, I don't even know. I don't know what to even say anymore, man. It's so crazy to me. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. This is so crazy.
The single
How
ladies.
do you feel about the woman?
All right, and then there's one more, and then we'll get to the discussion. The response to "My husband is not my boss." Can we play that one?
Allie, what do you say to the women that say, "My husband isn't my boss. There is no need to be submissive. You're a team."
Who's asking these questions? Why? Why isn't it? Why? You should be submissive to your man. If your man treats you right and he treats you like you a princess or his queen, why aren't you submissive? Why aren't you submissive? Truth be told, if somebody's coming to rob y'all, you ain't a team then, you're gonna expect your husband to jump in front of that bullet or jump in front of whatever. You ain't a team then. That's what kills me about this whole ideology that y'all got. Shit crazy. Shit is crazy. Crazy.
Understand where they're coming from, but these same women don't understand that oftentimes they'll put their husbands on the back burner for like an actual boss in real life that they have to submit to, and they constantly ask their husbands to modify their lives for that. Meanwhile, the dude is forgotten, he's absolutely sexless, and she's feeding him out of the microwave. That's the problem. If you can work and love your man equally, you want to talk about equalism, right? If you can do that, then good, but most women can't. Most women can't even push the power button on an air fryer.
Damn. Oh, she is golden. Oh my God, this woman's golden. That's crazy. This woman is golden, man. That's crazy. That right there. Oh my God.
What do you say to the women?
Okay, cool. So Allie,
Yes.
How has your life changed since these viral videos? Like, what kind of response you're getting to this? Because I think your whole idea is here: find a high value man, be submissive, help him, and then create the happy life, happy marriage you want. Do I got that correct?
I would say that's correct. I just want women to be able to marry the men that they want and then to be able to stay married, because I think that's the hardest part, is maintaining attraction. But if you can get the guy of your dreams, then you should be fine. But I don't think my life has changed much other than my message is out there. I knew it would get out there in some way, shape, or form. I just didn't think it was going to be in the back of an Uber with one of my friends who's a content creator. And I didn't think that it'd be so awesome to roast women on the regular. It's been a blast.
Gotcha. So Coco, you're sitting back, you're watching all this.
I'm watching.
How are you processing all this? What are your thoughts on her perspective?
Well, people can do whatever they want, obviously. Her marriage is her thing, and if that works for her, that's totally fine.
Oh, stop, bitch. Stop, bitch. Stop. You salty. You salty because you probably feel like you look better than her. You probably feel like you're doing better than her. And she is basically in a better position than you. You can see it all in your face. You jealous. You're fucking jealous. This is why you say, oh, I hate when bitches say this too. Oh, well, you could, she could do it. I'm not talking about you. You could do what you want. I'm not talking about you. Yeah, but the whole time I'm talking about you, bitch, you's a fucking bitch. I'm talking about you. Like, shit crazy.
I think that, you know, if something happens, let's say, actually, I need to understand first, what does he do for work, and did you do something for work?
Why does that matter? Why does that matter? Why does that matter? Why does that matter? He's taking care of her. Why does that matter? I mean, why does it matter what he does?
Before.
So I met him when I was in the military. Worked underneath him as a medic, so a medical screener. He is a medical provider within the military. He's a physician's assistant. I had a job, but then we ended up having a conversation. I was like, why am I working? And he was like, okay, facts. And that was pretty much the end of it. And now I make content on YouTube, so I get to do a job that I enjoy.
Okay. So, I mean, if that works for them, that's totally fine. I just see a lot when a woman completely abandons her life.
She's not completely abandoning her life. She just said that she does what she wants to do. She makes content on YouTube. She does what she wants to do. So how is she totally abandoning her life? I don't understand this. I don't understand it. It's like y'all whole ideology with marriage is basically when you get married, a woman abandons her whole life. That's y'all whole ideology. This is the reason why most of y'all are single and y'all don't want to ever get married. Because this is exactly why. This goofy shit that she's talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's you, but I'm saying in general, when a woman completely abandons her life and she is just a wife or just like you don't have anything yours going for you.
What do you mean? You're married. What are you talking about? If y'all get a divorce, they give the woman everything. What do you mean you don't have anything? Now, unless she signed some prenuptial agreement, but other than that, what are you talking about? How are you even talking this? You should know better. You are an influencer. You should know better. I don't understand why you even making that statement. That's crazy.
And how do you know? Okay, you are married, but like, how do you know that this is gonna be forever? Because
it's supposed to be forever. What are you talking about? That's what marriage is supposed to be. When you get married, you're supposed to be forever. It's just so happens that y'all already put a time limit on a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because you already basically going into the conversation saying that, well, marriage ain't forever. Well, guess what? It's supposed to be forever. That's what it's supposed to be. So if you get married to somebody, it's supposed to be till death do us part. But since the society made it this way and y'all women so radicalized, feminine women, y'all don't like marriage. Y'all don't want to stay together. Y'all have fucking separation parties. What are you talking about?
Marriages do fall apart. I'm not saying yours will, but I had a situation in my life when I was just...
There you go. There you go. You talking about you. And that's why you so upset. You're upset. You're feeling some type of way. You're upset because she is in a better position than you. when it comes to a relationship. And you probably feel as though that you worked hard for something and you was in love and you felt some type of way about this guy. He was special to you and he broke your fucking heart. And that's the reason why you are who you are today. It don't make you no stronger. It just makes you look like you're just biased or you're just weird. That's what it makes you look like. It don't make you like, I got it all figured out. No one has love figured out. If they did, they would have been selling that shit in fucking bottles.
His girlfriend, and I was so happy at the a few months in. Mm-hmm. But then later, I just realized for me.
See what I mean? Like a few months in. So you're a gullible bitch. You're gullible. You fell in love with some guy a few months in. You were so happy. Well, let's see what happened.
That's not enough, and I want people to remember me for me and not for being somebody's plus one.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Oh, stop. Stop, bitch, stop. So you broke up with the man. You just literally said that you were super happy and everything was great. And then something clicked in you and it said, oh, well, you know what? I need to leave this relationship because I need something for me. I don't want to be a plus one. What are you talking about? You was in a happy situation. This is exactly what she was saying. That man probably asked you to do something and you probably didn't like it. He probably wanted you to be submissive. And you probably said, well, this ain't for me. That's what probably happened.
Want to respond to that?
Do you think that you would have felt better about that situation had you been that man's wife instead of the girlfriend?
No. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just the person. But me personally, like I left my hometown when I was 22. Mm-hmm. I came to the States alone. And if I wanted a life where I'm just going to be somebody's wife, and there's a lot of women who are totally fine with that. And I have a lot of friends who are just housewives, and that is a really tough job. And raising kids is really difficult. And that being like you be with them all the time, it's not easy. But for me, I just wanted something more.
You want to be a whore, or you want to be a hoe, or you want to be able to do whatever you want to do. Just say that. Why are you sitting here playing this game as if you doing something that's so much better than what these women are doing when they're raising a family? You're not doing nothing better. How are you doing anything better? You're doing what you do. You want to be able to move and do whatever you want to do without no responsibility. You look like you're a nice looking woman, but you look like you about maybe, I don't know, maybe in your 30s or something. You look like you're in your 30s. So obviously you are comfortable with being single. Just say that. You want to be able to date and see whoever you want to see without no one saying anything to you. That's what it is.
I just wanted, at the time there wasn't like YouTube. There wasn't like TikTok and stuff when I was in that relationship, but it was not enough for me.
Well, why don't we do this? So the audience is crystal clear on what you guys stand for, essentially, and we'll have a deeper conversation. Go down the line here. Start with you, Coco. You talk about raising a women's standards. What's your, goal as a woman? Where do you think the role of a woman should be? And then we'll go down the line here to Ali and Pro.
Well, women have a lot of roles. You can't just say a woman has one role and she should just like live in that role. My whole thing about raising your standards is like, don't just marry the first guy you kind of like because you think that your clock is ticking, or because you think that you are not whole because you don't have that missing piece or something. Like, why do women think that the highlight of their existence if they're somebody's wife?
Okay, so one part I agree with her. You shouldn't just jump into marriage with somebody that you ain't in love with. But that's the whole. This is where I think that she's not understanding what she's missing. You don't supposed to get married to somebody if you're not in love with that person. You're supposed to be in love. Y'all both supposed to agree to it, and y'all get married. But the way she's trying to frame it as if a girl, soon as she meets a guy and she likes him and he marries her, and then now she's this guy's wife. Like, my thing is, if the woman is happy and the man's happy, why does it matter if she's his wife to you? If they're happy, how can you even hate on something like that? How? If I asked you, are you happy just dating? And then I turn around and say, well, I wouldn't want, I hate to see women who just be dating guys, all these multiple guys, and they need to figure it out and just be with one man and marry that man. It's the same shit. You'll be like, why would you say that? It's the same thing. I'm gonna tell you like this. I would rather stand on the side of being married to someone that loves me than me trying to figure it out at 35, 40 years old. I'll tell you that.
I don't think that's true. I mean, some people decide not to get married and they're happily ever after, but you just don't have the piece of paper. So I don't know if that answers your question.
And it's not just a piece of paper. Yo, oh my God. I don't know who she gives advice to, but y'all need to not listen to this chick. Don't listen to her. Because she sounds like a scorned ass woman. Something happened to her, and this is the reason why she's acting the way she's acting and why she's saying the things she's saying. It's just a piece of paper. As if she basically just totally disrespected that woman in her marriage. Like, oh, well, that's just a piece of paper. Your marriage don't mean nothing. It's just a piece of paper. She totally disrespected her. Totally. It's crazy.
Allie, go ahead.
I'm just trying to address a lot of fear because I hear that argument a lot. Well, if you're just a wife, you're going to lose yourself. But if we keep feeding women this narrative, like they're going to eat it up and they're going to buy it. But if you have a man who can protect, provide, and cherish you, it's like it's a no-brainer. Of course, you're going to go ahead and pursue something like that. But women are always thinking, oh, I lose something in a marriage. I lose something in a marriage. I'm vulnerable. I don't think so. I think men take the bigger risk.
Own a cleaning business? You need insurance. Next saves you up to 30%. General liability, workers' comp, tools and equipment with just a few clicks.
And assuming all of the responsibility for finances within a marriage. If you look at the divorce statistics, it's pretty cut and dry. So like sometimes I hear, you know, what happens if your husband leaves you for someone younger? I actually don't worry about that because I know how the family courts are. It's more so the fact that like my women's satisfaction in marriage, we have a lot more autonomy over that than we think. Because we end up leaving most of the time.
I think 80% of the time women are the ones causing the divorce.
It's 90% if you're college educated.
Wow. Okay. So Pearl, weigh in on this. Go ahead, because you've been kind of quiet. You've been waiting but what you do.
I just want to say, that other girl's on point, man. I like her. She cutting that chick up. She cutting her up. And I'm sure this conversation is gonna get even deeper. But she cutting her up, and it's so crazy to me that how she explained it is exactly how it is. So you feeding these women this narrative because you're basically trying to glorify being single and doing what you want. That whole my body, my choice, and all that is all intertwined and interconnected. It's all connected, and this is what basically what the girl is saying. Why are y'all feeding these young girls this narrative as if they can't get married or they can't get a husband? They shouldn't get I think they can't. They shouldn't get a husband. Like, come on now.
You red pill women. So, but are you married or no?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, are you in a serious relationship right now or no?
I'm not.
You're not. Okay, so we have a single woman, we have a married woman, and a woman in a relationship, but not married. No. We couldn't ask for a better panel, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to our booker here. Go ahead, Pearl.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, just basically what you stand for.
What I stand. Well, I grew up in a more like traditional family, and I really appreciated it. That like my goal is to get married, and I think my life like it wouldn't be complete if I didn't have a husband and family. Like that's how I feel about it.
So you're saying your goal is to get married?
Yes.
Okay, that's your goal.
Yeah, I mean, I have other goals too. Like,
all right. What are your other goals?
My other goals, I want to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so you guys should help me out with that.
Help her out. Just Pearl, right?
Just pearly things.
Just pearly things. Let's get that going. All right. So number 1 on your list is marriage. Number 2 is that a career?
Yeah, YouTube.
Okay,
yeah.
so the career is in a backseat to marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, and Allie, for you, was marriage number 1 on your list?
My dream in life was to be a housewife and to do some kind of work from home. So I would say like I made it.
You're living your best life.
Oh, I know women are so upset. Yo, she is on fire right now. I know women are pissed that she said that. I know these fucking feminine ass women, these feminists, I know that they're pissed that she is happy and she is in the. They want her. Oh, I wish your husband leave you. I swear I hope he cheats on you so you can feel the wrath. Like, oh my God, she is on fire. Let's go.
My best life. All I'm missing is the babies. They're coming next.
Are they coming next?
Oh yeah. We
Okay.
just bought a house, so we have to fill it with humans. You know.
You got to fill that with humans.
Can I actually add something
Sure.
else too? My dad is like a top 1%. Like he's very, very successful. And my mom was actually supposed to be a teacher and she quit that to go work for my dad. And they ended up building like a multi-million-dollar business and having 10 kids. And
10 kids?
Yeah, and 10 kids. So
Wow.
You're
you
one
know-
of 10.
Yeah, I'm one of 10.
Wow. And what does your dad do?
So he owns a software company.
Got it.
And I just think that, you know, in order to accomplish anything, there's always going to be risk. And I got to see the benefits of my mom taking that risk. Like it might not have worked out. She had to move to him. She had to leave her school and quit her job. But
So your dad is a owner of a software company. Your mom was going to be a teacher. Or she was a teacher. And she said, you know what? Let me jump off the teaching trail. I'm going to go work for my boss, who also is my husband. And it worked out well.
yeah.
Okay. Now, Coco, what's your goal? Is your top goal to be a wife, to be married?
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I think that's a good plan. But he's asking her now, is her goal to be a wife? And she automatically said no. She didn't even think about it. So she already have her mind made up.
What's your top goal?
My top goal is to create a company. I mean, my goal is to, I used to study journalism, so I love the media world, and I'm starting a podcast, so I want to work in the media space, but I want this to be my thing, and I want this to be something that nobody can take away from me. So like if I'm somebody's wife, one day he can just be like, okay, well, what if he bankrupts or something?
You live your life off of you are a very cautious woman. You live your life off of assumptions and what ifs. It's like, no, I can tell that you're not sure about nothing. Your husband your boyfriend probably asks you what you want to eat. You probably don't even know what you want to eat. You probably won't know you're not sure about nothing. So it's just, to me, you just seem like you walk on eggshells about everything because you don't want to ever feel like you're underneath a man. So you got to be like, listen, I want that. You probably got your own account. Matter of fact, you seem like you're the type of woman that probably got 2 accounts, your own account and an account with this guy. And he probably doesn't have his own account.
Then what? Your life is over if you don't have anything that you're doing on the side. But I also feel like you're not just a housewife because you are doing your content, correct?
But that pales in comparison to the work that I did before. Like it's a night and day difference.
You said you were in the Army.
Yes, I was in the United States military.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of women, they'll talk about, like working hard. I'm like, have you ever been to the woods for 30 days on end, like no shower and not enough food? It's not fun. So I would say, yes, I work and I do content creation, but I'm going to be real. If you're intelligent and you can figure out a business model and you can figure out what people want to hear, to an extent, I do like to provide value because I don't want to sell women a lie. If you can do that, I mean, work smarter, not harder. You can really reduce your work hours. So my husband does so much for me, and I don't want to act like that my channel would be possible if I did it myself. It's not true. Like I would refer to him as like my primary financier for my channel. Like he makes the platform happen, and I'm proud of that.
But you still work though. Like you work for your content, so you're not just a housewife.
Coco, it's not a hard job.
But
What's not a hard job?
The content creation. For me.
So you think it is a hard job? Is that what you're saying?
I think it is definitely.
Because this is your full-time gig.
Yeah.
You're
Exactly. It's hard for you because you're unhappy. That's why. It's very hard for you. How is it is it hard for you? How? You have a boy.
creator full-time.
Yeah.
Your full-time job is being a housewife / content creator. But first job is being a housewife.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
and even if you're just like, if you say just a housewife, like you're still creating culture. Like you don't understand what goes into that. Like my mom had traditions that we did every single year. I know what goes
into being a mom. Like my mom is a great mom. She always worked, and she raised me and my brother like really well, I would say. And she always worked, but she also had time to raise us.
I know, but why do we reduce it to like just a housewife?
No, I didn't say just.
You said that earlier.
Okay, maybe I don't remember.
Well, a lot of women do that. You know, just a housewife.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm not saying that I actually said that being a housewife is a difficult job and raising kids is a difficult job. I said that. So maybe I don't know what
But it's probably still something that like should be addressed, because women wouldn't feel like they were just a housewife if they married the wholesome Chad that they wanted in the first place. And that's where my channel comes in, because women get a lot of bad dating advice. And it's like dating advice that teaches you how to date, but it doesn't teach you how to hopefully get married and stay married. Like, that's it. Like, all they can do is get you a date. Well, not every guy that takes you out for a meal is looking to commit.
I gotta follow her. This woman is amazing. She's amazing. I need to follow her channel. This girl is amazing. Oh man, she is an amazing woman.
That's a big problem that I see. I think millennial and Gen Z women were really left behind by Gen X mothers. I had a bone to pick with them.
With Gen X mothers?
Oh yeah, they're like the Kraft mac and cheese generation. They suck. They did not set their daughters up well.
Why? Go deeper on that. How do you mean?
Well, you can just tell. So it started with the baby boomer generation, and then I want to say the Gen X, but then baby boomers were rebellious against the silent generation. They thought they were old-fashioned. They thought they were too set in their ways with
that's the Woodstock
roles.
generation, the baby boomers, exactly.
Yeah. And so you get like these Gen X mothers. They are so narcissistic, and they think that you, the daughter, you're just gonna find a man. I lived in my house with my mother for 19 years, and not once did the conversation come up. What is a good wife? What is a good husband? How do you find one? And I started asking my other girlfriends when I had like an epiphany. I think I was 25. I started asking them, like, did your mother ever talk to you about this? And most of them are telling me no, that it wasn't a conversation. So that's kind of how I've been able to figure out that, like, yeah, Gen X mothers, y'all did us dirty for sure.
Now, a word that
They ain't gonna like that.
is popping into my head is the concept of fear.
Yes.
Like, you're fearful that because you said that you were a stay-at-home girlfriend or whatever.
No, I never said that. No.
You said you said you were a girlfriend, didn't do anything. That's exactly what you said.
I never said that.
What did you say?
No, I said at some point in my life I was dating somebody and I was his girlfriend.
Right.
But I still worked.
Okay, well, I thought your job was to be a girlfriend.
No,
Apologies.
no.
But part of what I'm understanding, you tell me if I'm crazy here, if I'm spot on, is the fear that if you don't have a career, the fear of, well, my man could leave me, or I don't have a fallback plan. And it seems like, and rightfully so, you're fearful of that, so you want to have your own career. Whereas Allie is like, yeah, I get it. That is a fear, but I'm not going to let that get in the way of me being a good wife and being kind of more submissive. Do I have that right, or am I going crazy?
That is perfectly said. Perfectly said. That is perfectly said. So he's basically saying, like, you basically is walking on eggshells, and your fear of doing anything that's submissive or helping out your husband or being in any way getting married. And the other female is saying, listen, I don't care about all that. I don't care. If it happens, it happens, but I'm going to be the best wife I can be no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not building my career because I'm scared that my boyfriend's going to leave me.
Okay, so why are you building your career?
Because I want to be successful and I want to pursue my dreams. And my dream is to be a media person.
So let me ask. I'll get back to that. Now, is fear? Did I use this word correctly? Is that do you think women have this fear?
Yeah, but it's a made-up fear. It's a boogeyman fear. Family courts are gonna favor women like astronomically. And then I've had women come out and they're like, well, I got divorced and I didn't get anything. My first question is, who filed? So you're mad that you decided to leave him and then you couldn't get his money? Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you. If it was if those resources were that important to you, you could have worked it out. And that's not to speak on relationships where there's DV involved. Okay, like everybody knows that's wrong. Like, again, a boogeyman concept. But
what did you say? DV?
Domestic violence.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. I'm trying to algorithm.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay, DV.
Well, and you can always just get a job after you get divorced. Like, it's not like you're banned from working just because you're a little bit older. Like, I built this YouTube channel. Like, I started a show 3 months ago, and I got 30,000 subscribers this month. Like,
boom! How'd that happen?
But you work hard, and I could do that at 45 too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why. Like, if you get divorced, you can still get a job.
Let me pose a question to you, ladies. Let's say you don't get married. Let's just say, and you're 40 years old, and you've got an amazing career, but you never got married. Would that be disappointing to you?
I would be disappointed. For me, marriage is not that important anymore. I want to have a partner and I want to be with somebody. I would like to get married and get engaged and, you know, build this.
So if marriage isn't that important, then why not just get married then? I don't understand. Like if you look at it as like marriage isn't a big deal to you, then why not just do it if the man wants to do it? I don't understand. If it's not a big deal, you know, like are you saying it's not a big deal because it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, or it's not a big deal that you get married, whatever, like I'll get married. Like I'm not understanding your logic behind that.
Life with someone.
Okay.
But that's not something that's my like sole purpose in life.
So if you were 40,
yeah,
never got married, no kids, I'm just hypothetical, no kids, but you had a good career.
I would like to
Would
have
that be
kids.
enough to satisfy you?
I always wanted to be a mother. So
Okay.
I want to be a mom before I'm 40.
Yeah.
Because of like all the.
Of course.
You know?
No, that's why I posed it that way.
So I would definitely want to be a mother, and I would be disappointed if I'm not a mother by 40.
How about you, Ali? If you never got married and you're still working on your career, let's say you're an influencer, but you're still single, would that be a disappointment?
That would absolutely be a disappointment. That's not how I want my life going down at all. And, you know, there's something to be said about if you don't have babies, your DNA doesn't go on. And you're really just kind of like, well, you know, life is pointless. I think kids give women purpose. And I think that we lie to women when we tell them that that's not true, that your job is going to fulfill you. It's not the same thing as watching a tiny human grow, look up at you and learn. But, you know, I've noticed sometimes that women will say that they want kids, but they won't say that they want a specific man's kids. And I think that's an important distinction.
How do you mean?
Yeah, this girl is amazing. She's amazing. I need to find her channel. I need to follow her.
What's the distinction there?
So, okay, for people that follow my content, they're pretty familiar that I had a miscarriage earlier this year. I ended up going to Facebook support groups because I don't know who else to talk to about that stuff. I ended up going there, and I found two very different schools of thought. There are women that were married and in relationships where they wanted to have children, but it didn't work out. But then there were other women that were grieving, but they're just looking for a guy to get the job done. Like, they're literally hunting for men to impregnate them. They haven't given a thought, well, I mean, what's the cost going to be to the child? So I think, like, if we're going to talk about women wanting to have children, and that's, like, in the plans, then, like, you know, I know sperm is cheap, but we still need it. We still need it. So, you know, what's up with the guy? Where's he at? How are we going to get him?
Okay, and then Pearl, if you're 40, YouTube blown up, million subscribers, you killed it, but no husband, no kids, would that be satisfying?
None of it would matter. Like to me, if you have nothing to pass on, and like who cares if you're rich if you're alone? Like,
I agree with that.
You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have like a family to go home to, that's sad.
That's hard, yo. Oh man, yo, she's on fire too.
I did this thing where I interviewed executives, like top executives in Milwaukee, and there was a couple that I interviewed that like had no family, no kids, and you could just see how sad they were. And like, who cares if you have all the success if you have no one to share it with?
Yeah, that makes me think. I have a couple of friends down here in South Florida. They're both, I would say, very successful estate planners, right? So high-profile lawyers, estate planners. And they were both, you're familiar with the concept of DINKs, dual income, no kids?
Oh, yes.
DINKs. And they're both, you know, crushing six figures easily. And they were not going to have kids. And then, lo and behold, I think after like 10 years of marriage, they decided to have kids. Now they're on their second kid because they realized, holy shit, I don't know what I was thinking here, okay? By the way, is this discussion that we're having right now, is this something that women sit around and discuss?
No.
This is not.
just
Okay, why is this not, like, guys, we will shoot, yo, what up, bro? See that girl? Yeah, here's what I'm thinking, yeah. Like, why don't women have these types of discussion? Why does it take Sozcast on Valuetainment, subscribe right now, to bring this type of conversation to the forefront? Why don't ladies have this discussion?
Wait,
you
what
want
do
to
you
weigh
mean?
in?
What, ladies don't have what conversation?
This discussion right here, they both nodded their head and said, no, they don't talk about this. Do you talk about this kind of stuff with your friends?
Stuff like wanting to
Career
get married.
woman, getting married,
Oh, yeah,
being
of course.
being a housewife
Of
rather than an
course.
independent woman. So
We
you're saying you
don't-
do have these conversations?
We don't really talk about all of I try to surround myself with people who are very ambitious and career driven, so I can learn from them and like we can all build each other up. So, but we never talk about like, oh, if I don't get married, if I don't do this, like we're all talking about just like
so
building a career.
You ready to take some calls in a second, Natalia? One sec. But one of the terms that I constantly hear, because I'm asking all sorts of people, what specifically women, on traits or qualities they find attractive in a man, and a term that constantly gets put out there is ambition. He's ambitious. Oh my God. He hasn't made it yet, but he's ambitious. He's got some drive. He's got ambition. It's attractive. It's attractive quality. I don't know if men are like, oh, that girl right there, she's ambitious. I love how ambitious she is.
They're not.
Okay, so guys don't care about that. Your boyfriend, he loves the fact that you're ambitious.
Yeah.
But you said boyfriend, is it meaning that's not her husband? How do you mean?
I would be curious, right? So if Coco and this guy, right, they end up working out in the long term. If he's a masculine man, I would wonder if you'd be in the kitchen making some breakfast.
We both make breakfast. I made it today. He made it yesterday.
Okay. I mean,
I
if
can
that's what
show you
works for you guys.
photos.
No, I don't need photo proof. I'm just saying I would be curious to see if that femininity switch would flip for you.
So is there a switch that women have to basically tap into? Is that what you're saying?
I think women should consider femininity from the beginning, but the West is just really awful at it. I think Eastern culture has femininity figured out way more. But I think some women, they're ambitious, boss babe, that's all I care about. But then they meet a strong masculine man.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you know what? Like, maybe I'll work part-time. You know, how do you want your steak? Medium rare? What kind of side do you want? I've seen it happen in real time. Women that are like, I would never serve a man. And then they have the hot plate in their hands.
I cook for my man.
Yeah.
I have no shame in admitting that. I mean, in Europe, we learn how to cook. Like, every woman pretty much knows how to cook. But that's not something that, like, I'm not gonna not work.
If the price of full-time filmmaker has kept you from instantly improving the quality of your videos, I've made a brand
Work because I need to make a meal. Like, making a meal is something very normal in my life.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
there's a difference between making a meal and making a home.
Yeah. I can
Explain that, please.
Well, I mean, there's a maid can like clean for you, a cook can cook for you, but only a wife can make a home. So that's like family traditions, culture, and like what are you passing on to your children?
Gotcha. So that's, again,
Yo. Yo, she is slow. She is low key shooting her fucking lights out. Oh my God, she is dead. Yo, what's it? Pearl is killing Coco on the low right now.
your dream life is to be, happy wife, happy life, but your dream, like, forget about 1 million subscribers. You want to make a house a home.
Yeah, I just want a lot of kids. Like, I think I'm pretty cool, so I feel like if there was like 5 of me running around, it'd be like, it'd be even cooler.
You ready for what kind of super? By the way, guys, in the super chat, we're going to be answering your questions today. We're these women as I just want to thank you guys for being here, and everyone has a different opinion, respect. Everyone's getting along great, but I do want to answer some of the questions from valuetainers out there in the audience. Natalia, you got something that you want to ask?
So there's one question from Nate Thruman. He said, why would a man that values marriage want to marry you? That's a question.
To who?
Who, me?
Just in general.
Oh.
If you guys-
Why? Okay, this
You
is
looked at me, so I'm like, what?
Yeah.
so why would a man who values marriage want to marry you? Okay, go down the line here. Coco, you go first.
Why would a man who values marriage would want to marry me?
Yes.
I'm not really sure if I understand that question.
So a guy who wants to get married.
Yeah.
Why would he want to marry you?
Oh, so basically you're asking me what it brings to the table, or is that the
Yeah.
question?
I get, is that what it is? Sure. And we'll go down the line. You're not being singled out.
Yeah, okay, no, I know. Well, it's a very strange question, honestly, for me. But I would want to marry somebody that I see building. If I'm with my boyfriend now, and I see marrying him one day, if we get to that point, because he is a good partner. He helps me do certain things, and I help him. And I would. It's easier to live life with somebody. But that's not like my end goal. Like, I'm not gonna put everything on the side so I can like live life with someone. But
You playing both sides of the fence. I could tell you a fraud. You playing both sides of the fence. You're playing both sides of the fence. You literally sitting here saying that you would get married, but at the same time, I'm not really trying to put all my eggs in one basket. I gotta have this hidden egg over here somewhere just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, stop it, just stop. It's so crazy to me. Crazy.
When you're grocery shopping, it's nice to do it with someone. I don't know if that answers.
So your answer is
They
like,
really didn't answer the question though. Didn't answer the question. He basically saying, what do you bring to the table that would make me want to marry you? You haven't answered that. You went and said stuff about you and your boyfriend being together. Like, what are you talking about?
Look, I'm gonna be a good partner. I'm gonna bring my.
I like.
I'm gonna bring something to the table, but
Yeah.
you're gonna bring something to the table.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do this together.
Yeah, and also like I always like him and I currently like we things that he's good at, I'm not, and vice versa. And also, like, I totally agree. A woman should be able to make a home because guys don't really know how to make a home.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't know
I
how to decorate the apartment. They don't know.
Wait, hold up. No, bitch, no. Chill. You gotta chill. That's not every guy. There's some guys out there that know exactly, very, very, very fashionable, know exactly how they want their house to look. Maybe they let the woman, do her thing with the home, but trust and believe that.
Hours are nice in the apartment. They don't know that like your utensils should match and shit. So like,
I'm guilty of all that, by the way.
Yeah.
Allie, why would a man, or why did your husband want to marry you?
Why wouldn't he marry me? No, I'm kidding. So it's basically, my perspective on marriage is a little bit interesting. Being in that feminine role where I fully depend on my husband, I believe that gives him purpose. So I think that he's had a greater sense of appreciation for the work that he does. So it's more fulfilling and he can cope with the stress more because, he's doing it for me and he's coming home to me. Also, I make sure that he's rewarded for his hard work and his efforts. He pretty much can lean on me in times of trouble, but also we can also enjoy each other in times of great joy. And that's a really fun thing. A lot of people don't know this. My husband was a 50-year-old bachelor. 48-year-old bachelor when I met him. So he tells me even now that I add value to his life. And when I think about marriage as a business, it's like Drummond Incorporated. How can I make our brand, our family, our business, how can I make it so that we can thrive? How much bigger can we make this Drummond household name? And that's my approach to marriage. So if you want a really good hard worker as your wife, like that's what I think I bring to the table.
Got it. And follow up.
Man, that she's amazing. I see why the dude married her. Oh man, she is fully committed, fully 100% in it.
Before we get to Pearl, you said your husband, when you met him, he was 48.
Yes.
Now he's 50. So you've been married, give or take, 2 years.
We're together 2 years.
Was he successful before he met you?
Oh, I think he was very successful. Oh, yes. I hung out at the finish line and I got a winner.
But that's a thing.
I do think it's a thing. And so...
Eric, can you turn me up a little bit? I'm down a little bit.
So when I met him, he was very accomplished in the military. That's the thing, is a lot of women wouldn't think that my husband makes enough money, but I'm a badge bunny. I'm like a masculinity honey. That's what I'm looking for.
What is a badge bunny?
A badge bunny is a woman who likes cops, firefighters, service members.
Gotcha.
So
a man in uniform.
Yes, a man in uniform. So he's a major, and he's got all these shiny medals, and I'm like, sir, pick me, marry me, choose me. And yeah, so I know that a lot of women wouldn't think that he makes enough, but we live in the Midwest, so it's like more than enough money to go around. And then, I've got the muscles to make up for it. So.
There you go. All right, Pearl, why would a man want to marry you?
I do my best to be an asset in a guy's life in whatever way that I can. So with my last boyfriend, I was always like cooking and cleaning, and I'd like manage some of his business stuff. So when I'm like going into a relationship, I always think about like, what can I do to help this guy, like, his life be easier day to day.
I think that's what if you're in a partnership, you should always try to find. I feel like I'm something.
Yeah, Eric, if you can hear me, is the volume?
That's a train, yeah.
Okay, so we're good on the volume?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, gotcha. Because we all sound a little low, all of us. So I don't know if you can turn that up, as you were.
I'm sorry. How did you finish? I forgot.
I was just saying that I think it's important to be an asset to a guy's life.
Yeah, I definitely agree with women being in a relationship, and you don't have. I'm definitely not for splitting bills and all that, but you need to contribute. You need to be of value, but not just in a relationship. In life, like if you're with a partner, you should do stuff together. Like, okay, maybe he's cooking. You said you were cooking and cleaning. Well, was he doing anything, or he was just there?
No, he was doing other things.
Okay.
Well, can I go a follow up with you?
Yeah.
And you tell me, hey, that's too personal.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know, I want to go there.